Why were you letting your grown son live on your property?
I tried to get him off. I can't do it without doing it through the right channels that I've been trying to do. That's why they're retaliating on me. Look at the property and their uses. And I got a grandchild that lives on my house. I can't even have them in the front yard because they leave their needles and stuff laying around. It's terrible.
We're gonna bring up that. I mean,
Her is my granddaughter.
Got a photograph of the property?
Yeah.
That's their area that they were using.
that's connected to his.
That's just the garbage bags that I had put out there. But
Yeah.
Eric's not allowed there, so I'm doing it all on my own. So I'm bagging up everything I have.
Hold on. What about this? You got syringes.
He put those on the ground and took pictures of them. I have them on camera, on my Ring camera, doing it too.
You have them?
Why didn't you
have
bring
it?
the camera?
Because this was just in my hotel room.
Shush.
My phone's
I
completely
put syringes
dead.
on the ground for my
Wait,
daughter.
wait,
to
I'm sorry,
play
your
with.
Yeah,
phone's
you
what?
do, just like you smoke meth
Excuse
in
me.
front of her.
It's such a lie,
Yeah,
man.
he sells
No.
drugs.
I'm saying, what happened? You
she's
just
right.
saw this on the Ring camera.
No,
Why don't-
this was in our hotel room yesterday.
Yes.
And I don't have my
just
phone.
happened.
My phone's dead.
We were
Why
here
don't-
yesterday.
Why don't
We
you
were-
ask
we've
them
been
to
here
show
for 2
when
days.
those pictures were taken?
The pictures, they're in
Yeah.
my phone, and it tells you the date that I took the pictures. So
I watched
yesterday.
you do it, so you're
Yeah,
aware,
if you
so.
can
Yeah,
show
I'll
us
bring
that, that
those
would
up
be great.
right away, Your Honor.
Right now.
I will admit, I've had issues in the past with drugs and stuff, but that's besides the point.
We're not coming after
it
you
all.
for drug use issues in the past. I'm asking about the syringes
Yeah,
on
but
the
that's-
property that a kid is living on.
Yeah, but he's been selling drugs since I was a kid.
And he still does.
We're not going to bring all that up,
At the
are we?
same house.
He still does. I mean, we're not going to bring
With
all
his
that
grandchild.
up. It's like meaningless.
Are you moving out?
We're in the process of it.
Okay, do you have a planned move-out date?
We do. But he has a restraining order on Eric right now, so Eric's not even allowed to come on the property.
Yeah.
It's a temporary restraining order, and he's allowed to be there, pick up his stuff, and move his stuff.
No, he
But the
can't.
officers-
All right, hold on, time out. I want to ask you, you said that you knew when this photograph was taken.
The first one, not the one. I don't know when he took the syringe photographs, but I've seen him do it. Those were not on the Ring camera. Those were like Cobra cameras. They're on like a DVR at my house.
You said you saw him.
I did on the camera, and if I would have known
When?
that this was part of their evidence, I would have brought more
When?
evidence to prove that. I don't know when. He's been doing this for like 2 months now. They've been doing this.
Okay, step up really quickly. You made a very specific allegation that you saw Greg Jr. go and place
This I don't
This is
understand why
irrelevant.
this is like having to be out
Yeah,
of the air right
television.
now.
Well, because now I'm
Because it's
judging
not-
your credibility, ma'am. If you don't want me to judge the credibility of the litigants here, I can just tell you, you know what? You didn't get it in writing. Goodbye. I'm not doing that in an effort to perhaps credit you that this loan was made without any written evidence. So part of judging credibility is judging all of the claims made here today. And there's a principle under the law called false in one thing, false in all things. If somebody comes into a court and lies, we are allowed to conclude that they are lying about other things. So as a judge, it is our right and obligation to fully assess credibility.
It seems odd to me that you would have lent your father money sometime over 2 years ago. You're not certain as to when the date was. And you waited until after you had this altercation with him to bring this lawsuit against him. So why are you suing him now?
Because he owes me money and he needs to pay his debts. Just as he goes to the cops and lies about, about the whole other case. That's all fake crap. I'm not here to.
Why didn't you bring this lawsuit before? This is over 2 years ago.
Because I thought he'd be a man of his word. I just given him a chance.
Do you have anything further, Judge? All right, we'll excuse the parties while we deliberate in this matter.
This courtroom is again in session.
Eric, Greg, we have deliberated and reached a unanimous verdict. Loans should always be in writing, but an oral loan is enforceable based on proof. So we heard both of your testimony. There's a lot of history and emotion coloring it. However, what really won the day for us and swung the pendulum to 51% were the text messages. Eric, you sent a text message to your father saying, you owe me the $2,000. I think the text message might have been motivated by some animosity, some disagreement between the two of you, but the reason you sent it doesn't really matter. You sent it saying you owe me $2,000, and Greg, you didn't deny it. You said, I'll give you back your $2,000 this week when my tax return comes in. And so for us, we found that those text messages favored you, Eric. So the verdict of the court is for $2,000 in favor of the plaintiff.